Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel. And this time we're doing again the top 10 banknote sales, but this time for January 2025. Last week we did it for the auction houses. This time we are doing it for eBay, and we'll start at number 10 with Hong Kong, a specimen from Mona Lisa Money Mundo. Uh, Someone that sells, I'm not sure how many specimens this guy has to sell. It's a lot of them. This 69 aspic from Hong Kong from the Chartered Bank was sold for $3,800. Next, we have from the same guy from Libya. This one is a specimen with annotations there, slightly bit more than the Hong Kong pick 65. This one pick 11 from Libya sold for 3,850 in PMG 58. Now for a non specimen banknote, French Antilles, PMG 67. Best offer was taken on this one. Not sure if this is a real sale. This seems significantly higher than this banknote was supposed to go by. French Antilles pick 9, only, let's say only in brackets, 50 francs. Sold for best offer somewhere below the $4,000. And we go back to Mona Lisa Mondo, this time for, this is a remainder from Italy, from Banco Italo Germanica. That's Italian and German bank. It's a regional pick, S975. Again, remainder, you can see there that it's left to fill the number there on the left side and to pay, etc. and the date. Extremely fine, sold for $4,050. And we continue in with Mona Lisa Mondo with another Italian states, this one from the Bank of Napoli. Beautiful banknote, to be honest, huge, beautiful banknote. Almost uncirculated, it says Pop 1 in this case. Another, I think this is another remainder, yeah. A remainder sold for $4,550 in quite a popular auction with 44 bids. Now we go to Benny V 999, someone from Fort Worth, Texas. This is another specimen, French Indochina, pick 51S, the 100 piastre, for somewhere, yeah, what was best offer, but I mean, I'm not really sure if it was sold for this value or if it was really the best offer. It would have been accepted, so probably $7,000 or close to $7,000. Fourth most expensive one, Guatemala, another from Mona Lisa Money Mundo. This one I hadn't seen before, this banknote, not even in issued format, to be honest. So significantly rare. I think it's the second edition of Guatemala. 20 quetzals from 1926. Yeah, actually, it's a bit sad that we don't see the back here, but you see the quetzal there on the right side below the 20. Beautiful lithograph, this one. Sold for $6,600 in another, yeah, heavily contested auction. Now we go to China, but not to a Chinese banknote. Central Collections, another guy that has a lot of nice and important banknotes. Pick number 5 from Qatar, first edition from Qatar, 100 Rial in PMG 66, very sought after banknote. This one sold for a whooping $8,900, and that was not the very high value for this banknote. I think this could have gone higher. Second most expensive one, and here we have the Canadian $10, not even the devil's head, so the modified portrait, but it's a PMG 68 and it's solid 8 there. So for this kind of banknotes, there's a huge premium, and this one was sold for somewhere below the $10,000. This was from Hong Kong. seller, Confucians. And before we go to the pick number one, we go to some wild cards this time again. This is like the 500 bolivars, the latest one, which is not devaluating as much as the rest, but still there's 30-40% inflation in Venezuela, as official numbers have been reported from last year. And this 1,000 pick sold for, and they are still selling, but there was one sold for around $20,000. I think this is a waste of money, but yeah. But most expensive banknote was another one where best offer was accepted, somewhere below the $4,888. This is the Philippine, the commemorative 100,000 peso banknote. As you probably know, there's now another huge banknote from Burundi, which is made by some company in Germany, but with at the beginning I think it's 1,000 copies of that banknote. They're selling it for $2,000 or 2,000 euros. I mean, my opinion is this is really not worth that much money. Here, this is an official one. It's a huge banknote, of course, was not for sale, but the nominal value is much less than this that was sold here, PMG 68, for a ridiculous amount of money for such a banknote. Well, but that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.